Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 24th of June. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Commonwealth Bank, PENDLE Group, Beach Energy, RHYS and TPG. So if you have a request, send it through. Make sure you're getting the free newsletter, but if you would like our best tips, make sure you're getting the Dynamic Investor Report, which comes out every Tuesday. But if you do enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review. Our core business is portfolio management. So if you'd like to open a broking account with me and have me direct you personally as to what you should be buying or selling, then please let me know. And all the advice here, of course, is general only. So we have the daily chart here of CBA going back to last year. Most recently we had this sort of sideways period where it was forming an ascending triangle and then it broke out. So that was the most recent buy signal, and I was actually buying that for a number of clients myself. Trended pretty well, as we could see, over the last couple of months, but this big move down here this week is obviously quite significant. So you can see the size of the candles all the way along, and then suddenly you get this massive range here, which is obviously quite unusual for CBA. So for me, that's a sell signal for the time being if you're looking to trade this, and we could see it hasn't really done anything since then. So I'd expect further weakness in CBA at this point. Longer term, I mean, if we pull up, say, the monthly chart, you know, we could see the rally here, the big consolidation, and then the recent breakout. So longer term, it still looks good. Obviously, if it comes back and retests maybe around $90 and is ready to go again, then that's the next buy signal. So longer term, it should be fine, but at least for the next sort of few weeks or so, I think we're going to see lower levels. PENDLE Group. So yeah, we've generally got an uptrend there over the last year. You know, most recently we had this sort of consolidation as it eased back, and then the break, so a nice rally, still trending higher. However, what I've noticed is the daily ranges are getting quite a bit wider, so we can just see the choppiness of this move higher compared to this point here. So we can look back and see periods where it's rallied quite nicely. It's just small daily ranges, just heading nicely, not too much overlap. But here there is quite a bit of overlap, so maybe not too dissimilar to what we saw here, where it started to get a bit choppy and that led to another decline. So look, for the moment it's fine, it's trending higher. I suppose if you add a bit of a trend line there and use that as your guide for any potential future weakness, then yeah, obviously if it moved under that line, then I'd be more negative. Okay, Beach Energy. So I guess most recently we've got this big drop here on massive volume, but then the share price didn't really follow through on the downside. So we could say that potentially that was a sign of exhaustion on the downside there. So big drop, didn't really get much worse, but we did get a tightening range, and that breakout for me was the buy signal. So look, it did rally for a few days, and then for the following few days it struggled to get back above this $1.40 level, so it's declined again. Look, generally it's still within this range. I think as long as it stays above you know, this recent low, then we've just basically got a range bound stock, and clearly a break above $1.40 would be the next buy signal. So RHYS been trending pretty well, nothing too much to add on this. Trending well, still looks good. You could argue a few days ago it looked like it was potentially underperforming, so at this point here it was struggling to do anything while the broader market was still heading higher, but now we could see that it's it's just sort of building on top of itself, you know, quite nicely, just flat consolidation. Yeah, then another sort of flat consolidation. So I think it's still just stepping higher now. This move up here was the next buy signal, and it should just resume the uptrend from here. Okay, finally TPG. So over the last year, you know, spent most of that last year in a downtrend, of course. Most recently, we've had this this big sort of jump up on, you know, spike in volume, and then it's been sort of edging higher since then, you know, in terms of higher highs, higher lows. So look, at the moment it seems to be recovering. I mean, not necessarily massively bullish, but you know, for now, I think that'll just continue to trend higher. What I've noticed, I'll just switch charts here to one that's got a 10-day moving average. This is the exponential. I mean, it seems to be sticking to that line pretty well. So when it's going down, it's under the line. When it's going up, it's above the line. So I suppose in some respects, what you could do here is hold on to it and just keep an eye on this line. And as soon as it goes under it, that's your sell signal. Okay, well, that's all for this week. If you have a request, send it through. I'll look at it next time for you.